President Trump is threatening 25% tariffs on smartphones, and he's calling out the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, saying iPhones need to be made here in the United States. Emma Withrow from the Fact Check team joining us now to discuss. So production-wise, aren't iPhones made, the majority of them, overseas?
Absolutely, yeah. The majority are made in China, but we've seen recently Apple kind of shifting their production to India, actually. In just the month of April, just last month, we saw like 76% jump in exports from India to the U.S., and then we also saw exports go down from China to the U.S. So we see them kind of moving in that direction, potentially to avoid these tariffs that are being placed on China specifically right now.
So if Trump does get his way, though, the big question is how much would that actually cost for production? Because I've been seeing some estimates. The latest iPhone could cost you upwards of $3,000.
I know, and they're already expensive. I know everyone at home sees these high costs. I think we looked it up earlier. It was like $1,000 for a brand new iPhone when you're buying it directly from Apple. And yeah, experts told Reuters that they think it could cost upwards of like $3,500 if it's made in the U.S. So higher labor costs, those costs could be passed on to the consumer. We'll just have to wait and see how Tim Cook and these other smartphone CEOs handle this.
Will be interesting. Emma, thank you.
Thanks,
Later on, Emma will be back to give us the history on tech production and when the U.S. started relying on other countries to make our products. President Donald Trump is threatening a new 25% tariff, this one aimed at companies that make smartphones overseas. He says it could go into effect by the end of June. Emma Withrow from the Fact Check team is back. And when you think of iPhones, you think China. How does that impact the company in terms of cost savings?
Yeah, it's pretty astonishing to see the cost savings when you compare China to other countries. And really what it comes down to is they've been a key player for smartphone production just for years, I mean decades, because the cost savings, we're talking like 20 to 50% annually for companies that assemble and produce in China. Even companies like Vietnam and India, they've kind of tried to compete with China, but they still rely on Chinese suppliers when it comes to producing all of these, essential parts. So it's tough to compete with. The
markup also, I just imagine that must be remarkable. How much is that, and how much are they actually making on each phone?
Yeah, the markup it's unbelievable how much they're making. So when you look at the iPhone 16 Pro Max, the 256 gigabyte model, whatever it is, they're charging around $1,100, around $1,200, but it only costs $485 to produce it. So it's like 147% markup, and yeah, they're making quite a bit of money.
That is incredible. So how much are we talking? Let's look at a year out.
Yeah, so a year out, it looks like $94 billion in profit just last year. CEO Tim Cook, just him alone, he earned $74.6 million. That's all according to the Wall Street Journal. So yeah, it looks like they're doing okay.
Not bad.
Not hurting too bad.
Not bad at all. Emma, thank you.
Thanks.
For more on this Fact Check team topic, including links to their sources, scan the QR code or visit thenationaldesk.com.